We're Benny and Mika, and this is our journey. In this adventure, we've got 2 full days to explore as much as possible of this Mediterranean island. Our itinerary consists of us venturing up into the highlands to discover the marbled peaks of Mount Zeus. As we potter about in the highlands, we've got some very charming little villages to wine and dine. It's here that we'll follow our noses up through the streets and enjoy the incredible cuisine of Greece. In this region, you'll find generations of olive groves, picturesque viewpoints, and a place for your imagination to run wild about the events that have taken place over the thousands of years on these islands. To make this adventure achievable, we'll be renting an ATV for the day, but firstly, we'll be strolling through the town of Pora, the capital town of Naxos. Alright, so we've just arrived at our little Airbnb, and it looks like we have just stepped into a Greek fairy tale. Have a look at this place.
It's super, super cute. So this is our little castle Airbnb. I will link the name here below so you guys can book here if you want to. Patio area. Somewhere nice to sit, nice little view.
Wow. This street is so cute as well, isn't it?
The people as well who are hosting us, they're so sweet. They picked us up from the port. So we're about a 10-minute walk and very central to the center. So this is a really great option. Okay, so this morning we have woken up and we've come to a cafe here in Naxos and it's called Gemini. I've got myself an iced oat latte coffee. It is so good.
I've actually got one on the way too. I'm not even a coffee drinker, so it must be pretty good.
It's really delicious. It's super picturesque too, and it's right here in the main town. How do you pronounce it?
Pora.
Pora. And
C-H-O-R-A. Pora, I think.
it's not too far from the port either, this port. This is the main part where all the cafes and restaurants are.
Where all the hustle and bustle takes place.
Really, really beautiful. So after here, we're just going to have a little explore around and then we're going to finish.
Which I'm pretty excited for. It's pretty warm here today in Naxos.
Okay, so we are finished up at lunch. Just to give you an idea, that was €29 for 2 mains, 2 drinks, and then we got 2 free shots. The food was really delicious, and they gave us a discount for 10% next time we come, so we'll definitely be heading back for that club sandwich. It was unreal. But now we're just going to start walking around, look at some of the shops, take you around now so you can see what the quarter looks like.
Something you'll notice about the Greek islands is that they're quite similar with their aesthetics, but each having their own individual quirks. The buildings are almost always in incredible white, featuring cobblestone paths and unique architecture. It has all the right characteristics to leave you in awe for days.
So we just had a delicious ice cream there on the marina. We were just watching the water and the boats go by, but now we're just roaming the little picturesque streets. Meze, little places of your dreams, Souvlaki, Theros, cute little boutiques, and you just find really beautiful spots like this.
And this is actually in the Old Town Market area.
You just see a little lane and it's so enticing, you can't help but go down there. Anyway, let's see what else I can find.
So, we've been wandering around for a long time now. It's been, maybe like 5-6 hours of wandering through the streets. It's so easily done, isn't it?
It's really nice. All the little street people have come out now. They're playing their music. What have we seen? We saw.
There's lots of buskers. It looks like there's like a bagpipe. It's like a flute almost. On the end of it. Yeah, but
Violin, like
Yeah.
guitars, singing. There's lots of action happening, and we've actually come to the Temple of Apollo.
yes, it was going to be built in his name, but I think something happened to it. I'm not sure about the history of it, but it makes for a perfect spot for sunset. You can look both ways from Naxos, one overlooking the old town and the harbour, the other one over the stunning cliffs and the beaches.
But the glow that's coming in with the sunset, it just lights up the whole city. It's so stunning.
Pretty excited to get up the top and have a look, eh?
It's a very popular tourist spot, so I think some people are going up here like an hour before to secure like the best spot. We're a bit late to the party, but we're going to head up there now, and hopefully we're in for a banger of a sunset.
Saying here, the sunset was actually so nice, wasn't it?
It is really beautiful. It draws a crowd though, so you want to get up there and secure a spot.
It draws a hell of a crowd, and they're coming up, by the hundreds, easily. We found out a little bit of a hack. We put Tamika on my shoulders so she could see over the crowd and get the nice little Instagrammable photos with the sunset through the window. After we did that, we had a bit of a novelty of turning around seeing other people following us. That was a bit of a funny thing, wasn't it?
That was funny. We love starting a trend. But this is actually the only remaining doorway of the temple. It's unfinished. And how old is it again?
It's 1400 years old. I think it was like 500, 600 AD, like after Christ, however you want to say it.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty old, really.
But as soon as you come in on the boat to arrive on Naxos, you can see this up on the mountain. It's very grand. So if you do come here, this is a great spot to watch the sunset. And then you've got the whole of Khora in the background.
Khora.
Khora.
So it's Chora. Khora.
Khora.
I think the C is silent and the H is like you've got popcorn in your throat.
Oh, well there you go.
Khora.
Ben's nailing it. I've got work to do.
Only because I heard someone saying it. They were eating popcorn though.
But this has been so relaxing. We're just going to grab some dinner, and we're hoping to get in for an early night because we have a huge day tomorrow of exploring. So this is good night, and we're going to see you guys in the morning.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome to Naxos. Pimp my ride. This is my ATV.
Okay, so we've come to get an ATV. We spent all day yesterday procrastinating if we wanted it because of the price. Comes with a hefty price tag, 75 euros it's costing. Yeah, so what's that in Australian?
Don't want to know.
Maybe 140?
I'd say about 130.
It's more than some of the cars. It's actually wild. But anyway, we've got an awesome day today planned. We're going to be heading up into the villages, and it's like a really mountainous region. So I'm very excited to get up there, and we're going to check out some beautiful beaches. But we're finally going to have the freedom to be driving around, which feels excellent.
Pretty excited for that. Never driven an ATV before, so
Yep.
should be interesting. Don't turn too fast apparently, otherwise you'll roll over.
We've got
I'll be
helmets.
practicing that. Helmet will save me. Alright, so I don't think we're even 20 minutes into this adventure and it's just gone from epic to super epic.
The views are insane. It's just mountainous. It's very deserted and dry kind of terrain, but it looks incredible. We're just twining through the cliffs. The roads are kind of sketchy though, aren't they?
you've got to be careful. The ATVs can roll, so you have to be mindful of that. We're off to a village called Aperiantos. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly, but we can't wait to get there and show you around. This village is supposed to be really pretty.
It's supposed to be like very authentic still. It still remained to keep its Greek roots. So I'm really excited to go check it out. I think we're going to get some lunch, but we'll see you up there and we'll show you some views along the way because you're going to want to see it.
Definitely.
Okay, so we are about 10 minutes out from our first village of the day, but we had to stop because we got our first glimpse of the ocean out here. It's so blue. We made it to our first stop of the day, Aperiantos. Hopefully I pronounced that okay, but it's sitting at the foot of Mount Fanari and it is offering the most spectacular views. You've got mountains, beautiful churches, quaint little cafes, and we're going to go check out the streets now, find a nice cool drink to cool off, and just see what this first village on our activity today has on offer. But let's go find a nice drink to cool off and have a look around, see what they've got.
Naxos Island. We are over here.
Yeah.
Aperiantos. But at the moment, we're going to do a little wasp update. We've managed to get some antiseptic spray. And did it feel better when it went on?
It's feeling a bit better. The lady gave it to me. It just feels like very numb and tight and like puffy. And it kind of has like a dull throb, but I'm glad that we kept pushing through because we did spend 75 euros on that ATV and we had the adventure ahead of us. But yeah, we're just waiting at this super cute cafe now for our food to come. We got a Greek salad and we got some fava bean dip, didn't we?
Yep, with some pita bread. And we've also got 2 iced lattes.
Oh yeah, with oat milk. I mean, you can get everything here, even in the villages.
They've even got vegan feta for the Greek salad. How good is that? Carrot and syrup.
It's so weird, but it kind of tastes good.
It's like the carrot is roasted, but it is so sweet. Alright, so we've just come down from the church and we've arrived in Falotti. Now, a few things to note is, if you have an ATV, you're not actually allowed to park on the road. You need to park in the public car parking. And it seems to be that this one is set in like an olive grove. As you can see behind me, there is so many olives growing all over them. So, that's quite picturesque to pull into. Second of all, this is probably the largest village, isn't it? Set in the mountains for Naxos.
It is. It's 18 kilometers away, so it's probably taken about an hour to get to this village if you're coming from Naxos. Looks like a very popular place to stop in to have lunch. But like Ben was saying with the olive groves, this is what this region is known for, so I bet you're going to be in for the biggest treat.
I'm pretty excited to have some olives. The last little town that we're in, we've got a couple of olives in our Greek salad.
Not enough.
Not enough, so we're going to hit another little cafe, restaurant, depending on which one tickles our fancy, and see what's on offer. I think Tamika may have reviewed somewhere pretty good for us.
Moussaka.
Just gave it away. But yeah, that's what we're going to get. So 3, 2, 1. Olive pulp press. I'm going to assume that's where you make your olive oil. The stories this could tell.
So this building is over 300 years old. We've entered a museum. It's free of charge, so if you come to this little village, I highly recommend it. And they've tried to preserve and show you all of the old traditional ways of living. She was telling me this used to be an old olive tree factory for the church. It's really, really beautiful. Candles from the church.
I'm not sure what that is. Looks like it might be an old lectern. Like you set your book there.
Oh, yeah.
You can see the book on that side. The old grandfather clock. Wow. Look at the detail on that.
So this is an olive tree. How ancient does this look? It's so beautiful. They're very distinct, so I feel like once you know it's an olive tree, you'll be driving around the region, you'll be like, they're everywhere. They're delicious, so what a great thing to have around. We are loving today, and I think we are about due for some olives. How could you be so like that? We're filming.
So the Greek hospitality has prevailed again.
Yeah.
We've been given some ice in a little towel with some another little cream here. It's like for bites and itchy kind of relief.
Yeah. It's actually throbbing worse now than when I originally got it. It feels like up in my elbow and I can't close my hand. We did Google and apparently the wasps, it's very common here. Like they take over in the summertime, so make sure you're cautious of it. And if you see something stinging, get well away. I mean, flying around, get well away.
Yeah, let's have a little look.
It's very swollen on here.
It's very swollen in this area here, isn't it? Because normally you can see all your little tendons there.
Yeah, now so you can see that.
Your arm's all chopped up, darling.
Yep.
Poor little sausage, keep icing it. Moussaka! What else have we got here, darling?
I can't remember the name of this traditional name.
It's like a stuffed vegetables with rice, garlic, lots of spices. I can't remember all the spices, but it was recommended to us.
You can
And
tell they like oil.
we've got the moussaka, of course. That looks delicious. It is piping hot. When they delivered it, it was bubbling, so I think that's going to be a real treat.
I'm so excited. It's hard to get a vegan moussaka, so whenever I can get it, it's on the list. It looks absolutely divine.
And what drink have you chose, darling?
I got a fresh lemonade and then got a sour cherry. This one is the winner. It's so yummy. And everything was pretty reasonably priced. You're probably looking at around €8.50 per meal and about €3 per drink, which is very, very reasonable, especially compared to the port area in Naxos.
The food is delicious. We enjoyed every mouthful, and it came to roughly €24 plus the tip. We had a quick stroll through the main street before jumping back onto the ATV for what will be our final destination for the day. I think we've saved the best until last. Alright, so from recommendation from one of the locals, we have gone for sunset and attempting to get up to the summit of Mount Zeus. There is a cave that's about 20 minutes up, and I think it's about a 3-hour return all the way up to the top of the summit and back. I don't like our chances of getting to it, but we're going to give it a good nudge.
It is actually the highest peak in Naxos and it looks absolutely picturesque. The mountains already just at the beginning of the hike are breathtaking. So even if we don't make it to the top, I think this is a pretty special spot to spend sunset. But we gotta wiggle on because the sun is approaching down.
Yeah, definitely.
just don't have the sunlight. It's sunset has already gone down and the colours are just slowly they're fading. It's been spectacular, none the least, even for the short walk that we did make.
I've really enjoyed it. I have to say I feel really nourished in the soul.
You just feel free because it's just nature is so beautiful. It's just mountain after mountain and it feels like the air is fresher up here and it just makes you appreciate life so much more.
It really does.
So we're playing it safe. You are welcome, Mom, Dad. We're going home. We're not risking our lives tonight. We do have a bit of a drive to get back to where we are staying. I think it's about a 45-minute drive.
Yep, to get back to Footer.
We spent our last morning lounging by the beach and enjoying the tranquil, clear waters. It's been an incredible destination, but we're off to the next island in our Greek travel series. So if you've enjoyed this film, be sure to give us a like and consider subscribing. Let us know in the comment section below whether you'd be adding this island to your bucket list and why. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next adventure of Benny and Mika. Bye!